A defeated samurai watched a blacksmith hammer raw iron. 6 months later, he faced the same kid who humiliated him. The fight lasted 8 seconds, but this time, Kaito won. What he learned in that forge defeats everything you've been told about motivation. Here's what actually happened. Round 1, Kaito had studied for years, memorized 17 scrolls, lost in 3 seconds to a 14-year-old. Why? His brain gave him dopamine for planning like it was doing. He was high on imagination. Round 2, 6 months later, same opponent, same crowd, but Kaito moved differently. No hesitation, no thought. 8 seconds, victory. What changed wasn't motivation. It was what he saw in a blacksmith's forge. After his defeat, Kaito did something strange. He walked to the village blacksmith and just watched. The blacksmith grabbed raw iron, ugly, cold, covered in mud. Didn't ask if it was ready, just threw it in the fire. The iron screamed. Steam exploded. Impurities burned. Then came the hammer. Clang. Again. Clang. 1,000 times. Heated. Hammered. Folded. Heated. Hammered. Folded. The iron had no choice. It didn't wait for motivation. And Kaito saw it. The iron never chooses to become a sword. The sword happens to the iron. The blade doesn't wait to feel ready. It's made through the rhythm of heat, hammer, and repetition. That night, Kaito walked outside his home and did something he'd never done in 20 years of training. He moved without a plan. Next morning, before dawn, one strike. The ascending dragon technique Taro used to beat him. Sloppy, imperfect, but real. His brain screamed, "You're not ready. Study the scrolls first." He moved anyway. 5 seconds before his mind could negotiate. Next day, same move, same time, same doubt in his head. But his body was learning what his mind couldn't teach. Day 3, the move felt less foreign. Day 14, his hands moved before the doubt could form. Day 37, and then the message came. Tournament in 2 weeks. Kaito versus Taro. Rematch. His old enemy returned. Not Taro, but his own thoughts. "You're not ready. 2 more months. Perfect at first." But something had changed. His body disagreed. 2 weeks of heat, hammer, fold. Every morning at dawn, the same strike. Every morning, his brain whispered, "You'll lose again." Every morning, his body moved anyway. The night before the tournament, he couldn't sleep. Lay awake, imagining Taro's ascending dragon coming at him. His mind spun through 17 scrolls of counter techniques. Then he remembered the iron screaming in the fire. It didn't wait to feel ready. It just endured the hammer. The tournament, Kaito versus Taro. The crowd laughed. The dreamers back for more humiliation. But Kaito's hands were steady, because he'd learned something the blacksmith knew, something neuroscience now proves. Your brain has 2 systems. System 1, thinking, planning. I'll start Monday. System 2, doing, moving, action without negotiation. Kaito had lived in System 1 for years, studying scrolls, visualizing victory, getting dopamine from imagination. Today, he'd trust System 2. The match started. Taro bowed, then exploded forward. The ascending dragon, the exact move that destroyed Kaito 6 months ago. Kaito's thinking brain froze for a split second. Block? Counter? Which scroll said? But his body already moved. 6 months of dawn training bypassed his thoughts. His hands knew the counter before his brain could approve it. No hesitation, no negotiation, just motion. One fluid counterstrike. Taro's technique was perfect. Kaito's was still imperfect, but Kaito's body had done it 5,000 times. Taro hit the ground. 8 seconds. The crowd went silent. The judge raised Kaito's hand. Victory. But Kaito didn't celebrate, didn't raise his sword in triumph, because he understood what had just happened. This wasn't about Taro. It was about what happens when you stop waiting for your brain to approve and just let your body move. When you repeat an action for weeks, something rewires. Neuroscientists call it embodied cognition. The action moves from your conscious brain into your muscle memory, from "I'm trying to be disciplined" to "I just do this." The iron doesn't try to become a sword. It's hammered until it is a sword. You're the same. One action, repeated, rewires your identity. Not when you're motivated, when the hammer falls. That's the forge. So here's your forge. Right now, before this video ends, choose one action. Not the full workout, one push-up. Not the business plan, one email. Not the perfect routine, one move. And do it in the next 5 seconds, before your brain finishes its first objection. Feet on floor, now. Then tomorrow, same move, same time, no motivation required, just heat, hammer, fold. The iron screamed in the fire, but became a blade. Your discomfort is the same fire. Your daily action is the same hammer. And the person you're forging? That's not some future version of yourself. That's who you become the moment the hammer falls. Comment below, I choose the forged, and tell me your one action. I'll reply to every single one. You're not the dreamer anymore. You're the iron in the fire, and the sword is waiting. Your move.